Good afternoon, New York, and the rest of our listeners around the globe. My name is June Stoyer, and I'm the host of the Organic View Radio Show. Our podcast is available on iTunes, Zune, and you can also visit our website, which is www.theorganicview.com. If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, you can simply post a question on our wall on Facebook, send us a tweet to @theorganicview, or contact me directly at June Stoyer on Twitter. If you'd like to be on the show or would like to find out about sponsorship opportunities, please contact us at questions@theorganicview.com. Today's show is sponsored by Eden Foods, one of the most trusted names in certified organic clean foods. Listeners of the Organic View Radio Show can receive 20% off any regularly priced items, excluding cases. Simply enter the coupon code ORGVIEW when prompted during checkout. That's ORGVIEW. For more special offers, please visit our website at www.theorganicview.com.
On today's show, elephant advocate Jen Samuel, who's also the founder of elephantsdc.org, is going to talk about some exciting news in the fight to protect elephants and rhinos from poachers. So I would really love to welcome back to the show Jen Samuel. Good afternoon, Jen. It is so amazing to have you back, especially with this announcement.
Hi, June. We are thrilled to announce Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey has banned the sale of elephant ivory and rhino horn. This is a victory and a day to celebrate.
It definitely is indeed. Now, Jen, for people that were not aware of the campaign, can you give a little bit of history about the bill and why it was necessary?
Sure, June. The legal ivory trade fuels the illegal ivory trade because illegal ivory hides behind the guise of legality, such as labels of bone, mammoth, jewelry. Ivory, it is very difficult to tell the age of ivory, and what happens is the ivory is smuggled out of Africa after innocent wild elephants are slaughtered in mass, about 96 a day. That's 35,000 a year, and that's one every 15 minutes. That ivory gets sent all around the world through illegal smuggling channels, ends up in our ports, and once it hits the market, it's almost impossible to tell if it's old or new. So we had to shut it down and take a stand in New Jersey.
Thank you. Now, Jen, what does this exactly mean for other species?
Oh, that's a great question. Elephants are a keystone species. One of the reasons that our organization, Elephants DC, decided to take a stand for elephants is knowing that if we protect them just in their natural ecosystems across Africa and Asia, by protecting elephants, you protect all the other species that migrate with them. So that's one. Two, it's going to hopefully create a domino effect for other states to take action to ban ivory sales and also to protect other keystone species like the honeybees.
Jen, I have a surprise for you. Also joining us on the air is your partner, Mike Paredes. So, Jen, would you like to have the honors?
Mike is from New Jersey, and he is our vice president of Elephants DC. And, Mike, what are your thoughts on the great announcement today?
Thanks for having me, June, and hi, Jen. Yeah, I'm really elated at the news, and you just never know how these things are going to go, but I just know how hard that so many people, including you, Jen, and you, June, have worked on getting this bill passed, and I'm just so excited, and I'm also just really excited about the prospects going forward because this isn't just important to New Jersey. This is going to be a springboard to other states, pushing for similar legislation. And we already have a network in place of people that are ready. They're just ready to go to get legislation passed in states all across this great nation. And I'm just elated. I'm so happy. I'm vibrating.
I know so many people all over social media are just absolutely thrilled to find out about this news. I mean, it was a huge, huge effort. Now, Jen, if you could just take a minute, can you just share with our listeners, especially the people that don't quite understand, how much work went into this campaign and what started the whole thing? Why New Jersey?
Well, great questions, June. Well, New Jersey is a strong state. A lot of time we look to California to new laws to protect the environment. But when I covered news for New Jersey at the Princeton Packet, one thing that really hit me was this is a state where people care about the community. They care about children deserving to grow up in a world where elephants still roam. When we walked, some friends of mine raising awareness last September that elephants were endangered, let alone the connection to terrorism. When we stopped in New Jersey, we got the strongest response from people saying, this is happening, we can't believe it, we want to do something. So knowing how strong New Jersey is as a strong commercial state, but one bounded by strong ethical considerations and one that acts to protect some species such as horses, dogs, etc., we thought there was a good chance in the governor doing the right thing, protecting elephants, and we were right. We called the great Senator Raymond Lesniak in northern New Jersey and asked if he would consider sponsoring this bill. He said yes to our great hopes and dreams. He said yes, and then we were so grateful to have Assemblyman Raj Mukherjee from Jersey City, the 33rd district there, take on and sponsor this bill in the state assembly. It was a lot of hard work, but it was really made possible through efforts of people all around the country and around the world coming together and saying, let's ban the ivory sales in New Jersey. New Jersey wants no part of this, many locals said, and the governor listened. So we're just grateful, and it actually went quick. It actually went pretty quick.
If I could add to that, June, it's the great points, Jen, and I really think this is a testament to grassroots because the network of people, this is the total ragtag group of people that are communicating via, ways that probably there's a lot better ways to communicate. We're working on that. But, emails and social media and phone calls and texts and conference calls, so much work has gone into this, people all over the place, in New Jersey and outside of New Jersey. And, sometimes it just takes the passion and action. It took a phone call. It took networking with people that talked to people that went running with legislators in New Jersey and got commitments to, listen to them. And then, Jen made a phone call, and that's what happened. And this is what the result is. And it's almost unprecedented how fast. And we talked to a legislative aide of Senator Lesniak who said she hadn't seen a bill that went through this fast since she's been working there. I mean, this was... And
the Humane Society, Mike, they echoed that, too. And I do want to thank the Humane Society of the United States, Born for USA, who went up, and Humane Society of New Jersey, Born for USA, and many others. June, you've been very important in getting the word out there in social media, and I would like to especially thank you for that. I thought your article was fantastic, and I love that you're also covering what's going on in New Zealand because there's so many new organizations around the world that have emerged over the past 9 months to a year when every day or, when people, advocates, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, fathers learn that elephants were going extinct, that 35,000 had been slaughtered in 1 year for their tusks, and that America was the second largest consumer of the trade in the world after China. So we've taken a stand here. It's going to be a domino effect, and we're so grateful for everyone who's been part of this, June, especially you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jen. And I'd also like to share my gratitude with Christine Jordan, who's in South Africa, who actually started the whole campaign to raise awareness about canned hunting. And because of her actions, it really got a lot of other people involved with what's going on with wildlife. And the interesting thing is that the slaughter of so many keystone species is not just a Republican issue. It's not just a Democratic issue, rather. It's everyone's issue. And what a lot of my listeners were not aware of was the fact that the poachers are tied directly into terrorists that are, or rather have been involved with some really heinous activities. So, Mike, could you just take a moment and explain to our listeners that may not be aware of the connection between poachers and terrorists?
Sure, June, and it's so important that people realize this because it's not just about, like some people have this feeling that, you save the whales, save the birds, save this and save that, and don't have, not everyone is compassionate about wildlife, usually until they're educated about it. But there's another dimension to it, like you mentioned, which is terrorism. And it's not just this lone, African poacher that's going out there with a bow and arrow and shooting an elephant and then using the meat for his family, which has occurred in the past, but it's just subsistence living. We're talking about terrorist organizations that are funded and swooping down in helicopters with AK-47s and slaughtering entire herds of elephant in one night. And it's graphic, but they'll hack the face off the elephant, take the tusks, and then sell them for a lot of money. And with the case of rhino horn is worth more than gold. So they wind up profiting off of the slaughtering of these animals and then funding their terrorist activities. And, in fact, the whole kidnapping of those 300 girls by Boko Haram in Nigeria, that organization has been tied to elephant poaching. It's well documented. It's you can Google it and you'll find very quickly articles in the Los Angeles Times and other publications about the connection between Boko Haram and elephant poaching. So it's a national security issue, and Hillary Clinton, when she was Secretary of State, identified it as such, and she said this is a national security issue, elephant poaching, it's specifically. So that's the connection there.
Right, June. If I can just quickly add to that, we're talking about other terrorist organizations in addition to Boko Haram, as John Dewey, Lord's Resistance Army, and also the Al-Qaeda affiliate Al-Shabaab. These are nefarious organizations that are profiteering off of elephant slaughter. And luckily, the lawmakers in New Jersey, they're not going to put up with that, and they agree that children learn E for elephant, not extinction.
Yep.
And that is a very, very important message. We had so many children that submitted video messages to Governor Chris Christie, as well as a number of people, especially different personalities on social media. And actually on the line, we have Arya Yeager calling in, who also contributed a tremendous message on video to Governor Chris Christie. So I'd just like to say hello and thank you so much for your help, Arya.
Well, thank you for having me, June and Jen. Nice to see you. And Mike, thank you both. Thank you all three for everything you do for the elephants and you continue to do to educate people about rhinos and elephants. It has been an honor to be a part of this campaign and to align myself with such wonderful people who care so deeply and passionately about the animals. And, I believe there's power in numbers. And like Mike said, it is a grassroots movement. So many of us deeply care and take this so personal, watching potential extinction take place before our very eyes. So, for me, using the power of social media is a no-brainer, to post and tweet to these officials because, there's a theory in Europe. I go to Germany and Austria every year, and there's a theory that, a lot of times you can shame people into doing the right thing. And while you don't really want to use that tactic, in many cases, social media and putting Governor Christie's name out there and saying, come on and do the right thing, I think it not only motivated him, but I also think he's a caring, passionate man, and I do believe that he understands the brevity of what's happening with the elephant population. So, it takes politicians, it takes grassroots, it takes just individual citizens doing incremental, little by little by little, we're making headway and strides. And I'm certain that with all the other animal issues we have to deal with in this world, this one in particular was paramount. So thank you all for everything you've done to make a difference here.
Well, thank you, Arya.
Thank you, Arya.
Your contribution really, the way that you coined the expression, do the right thing, I couldn't agree more. And a lot of people felt the same way that you did. So thank you for all the time, energy, and effort that you put into creating your message and contributing to this campaign.
Well, it's been my pleasure. And again, I wrote Governor Christie today and thanked him personally. I called his office as well. And I told him I owe him a big bipartisan hug.
Yeah.
If he's ever in Colorado, by all means, let me know. I'd be happy to buy him dinner. Again, all of you who've done much. It means a great deal to all of us. I don't know about you guys, but when I heard the news today, I actually teared up. I mean, it's that important to all of us.
I felt the same, and it's important that you mentioned bipartisanship, because in New Jersey it was like near unanimous support from both sides. However, on the federal level, it does seem like one party is supporting and the other party has been trying to put up some roadblocks on federal legislation. So this move by Governor Christie, a very powerful Republican governor, it's going to be a game changer.
I do want to add that it was actually it was unanimous support in the New Jersey Senate, and we only had 2 or 3 nays in the State Assembly in New Jersey. So that was a completely bipartisan effort, and to move the ban forward in other states and to move it forward at the federal level, we need this bipartisanship to continue. This is a win. This is a win-win. It's for future generations to combat terrorism and also do the right thing, as Assemblyman Mukherjee has said many times, about doing the right thing and banning ivory sales across the country and around the world to save the species.
Well, I think educating people too. Tweeting about it reaches so many people, and I want to thank those people that retweeted all my posts as well in both Facebook and in Twitter. I have about 100,000 following me in various sites, and I put it on Google Plus and from LinkedIn to Google Plus across the board, spiritual networks, etc. Not just Facebook and Twitter. And there's so many people that care so deeply that many of them retweeted those messages because, and Jen, we retweeted several of your tweets, and June, we retweeted your blog because it requires being educated. A lot of people don't realize, they're so oblivious to what's going on in the world because they're just busy getting the kids off to school and the husband to work. But, it really requires educating people and making them knowledgeable, like Jen and Mike were talking about, with these various groups that are involved, these terrorists that are involved in that. This is funding. A lot of people don't know that.
No, they definitely do not. And so, once again, it's the efforts of so many people. And Ari, just once again, thank you so much for your participation and also for calling in today.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, and thank you all again. And thank you for having me today, June.
All right. Take care, Aria. Now, Jen, one of the things that a lot of people would like to know is, what is the next step?
The next step is we're going to have at least 10 states in 2015 introduce similar legislation to ban ivory sales and rhino horn sales. That will be the next step, and we'll see how far we go before Washington starts acting and Congress introduces its own bipartisan effort to end the ivory trade. I've always said that a small industry of people who still want to carve elephant ivory and sell it in no way justifies the extinction of the species. And I think the more people that learn about what's happening, and the more children that are realizing that they too can make a difference by fostering elephants at the Davis Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, for example, which is a field organization in Africa that really sparked some of this flame by raising awareness last year through its Ivory campaign with the International March for Elephants. So we will be having a second annual International March for Elephants in Washington, D.C. on October 4th. And then there will also be marches all around the world for lions, rhinos, elephants, you name it. It's World Animal Day. And that will be another moment for us to unite around the world calling for the protection of endangered species, because they make up the fabric of Earth, and they deserve our voices to be raised if that's what it takes for their existence to continue on this Earth.
Thank you, Jen. Now, folks, for those of you that would like to express your gratitude to Governor Christie's office, if you'd like to, you may write to him and send him a card, send him what have you. His address is P.O. Box 001, Trenton, New Jersey, 08625. Once again, Governor Christie's office, P.O. Box 001, Trenton, New Jersey, 08625. Or you can go to his website, which is nj.gov/governor, and there's a form there where you can submit your feedback about this exciting news. Jen and Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show and share the news with our listeners. I know so many people throughout social media are rejoicing today. This is such a tremendous victory for not just the elephants and the rhinos, but for so many species. And it really began with the two of you, especially with you, Jen.
Well, I want to say for anyone out there who's in who lives in a state where they feel that that people agree E is for elephant, not extinction, and would like to see all ivory sales outlawed where they live to help make a difference and turn the tide for this great species, please visit our website, www.elephantsdc.org. That's www.elephantsdc.org. We would love you to join us and be part of the change.
Thank you. And folks, we are out of time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please support the efforts of elephantsdc.org. Have a great afternoon, everyone.